Okay. So my shop is located in my basement. I've been in desperate need of some organization down there, but I guess it's going to have to be put off a little while longer because I have two new tools on order. I've ordered the Prusa MK3S 3D printer, and I've also ordered the Xtool D1 Pro laser engraver with both the 20-watt laser module and also the infrared laser module. So I'm excited to get those in, but the purpose of this video is to have a place to put them once they get here, and that's why I'm going to be building a tabletop to fit this corner space in my workshop.
The tabletop is going to be made from these 8-foot-long 2x6s. I bought 6 boards in total, costing about $75. It's nice to make something out of some cheap wood, because then if I make a mistake, I can just say, it was supposed to be cheap.
How did this guy get down here?
I ran each of the boards through the table saw just to square up the sides. And then each one made several passes through the planer just to get them down to an equal thickness. I think I ended up around 1 3/8 of an inch. To join the boards together, I bought this DeWalt biscuit joiner. This allows me to cut slots into the sides of all the boards. Then each of those slots will accommodate a biscuit that will ensure proper alignment during the glue up. I ended up doing 2 different glue ups for the tabletop. That's why you only see 3 boards here, just because I felt like I wasn't moving fast enough to avoid the glue drying before I clamped it. While waiting for said glue to dry, I filled in some of the voids in the tabletop with this Starbond CA glue. I'll leave a link in the video description with a discount code as well. After spending way too much time sanding the tabletop up to 240 grit, I then applied the first layer of wipe-on poly, only to realize that I had gotten ahead of myself.
All right, so now the ends are cut to be squared, and both the top and the bottom surface have had the round over done on them with the router, so they're nice and smooth and they're not going to cut your hand if you run it across this way. So now I'm going to pick back up on doing the wipe-on poly, and first I'm going to go over just one more time with 240 grit sandpaper on the oscillating sander, and then I'll do a couple more coats of poly and we'll be done.
After either 3 or 4 coats of the poly, I can't remember how many now, the tabletop was looking like a finished piece, which is pretty good considering it's just cheap 2x6s, right?
So now the tabletop is finished, it's on to doing the legs. I ordered some steel legs off Amazon that arrived today.
It was important to me that I attach the legs to the bottom of the table, so I flipped it over, and then pre-drilled all my holes to avoid splitting the wood, and attached the legs with the included screws.
So I really like how the table turned out. I think it looks great. It's certainly functional for what I need it to be, and I think going with the steel legs was definitely an upgrade over what I had planned. So a couple nights ago, I got the delivery of the Xtool D1 Pro. I think I'm going to put it on the left side here, and I'll use the right side for the 3D printer. The reason for choosing that is I just happen to have a PVC pipe up here on the left side that vents outside. So I'm going to hook up the enclosure to that pipe and That way it'll pump out any toxic fumes outdoors instead of keeping them in the basement.
I used a screen repair kit and a hose clamp to ensure that no critters would be crawling down this pipe while still maintaining good airflow out. I then used a variety of adapters with CA glue to expand the pipe network from 1.5 inches to 2 inches, which was the right size for clamping the exhaust hose that comes out of the laser enclosure.
I don't quite have everything on the table set up yet. I'm still waiting on a few parts to get here, but I'm going to go ahead and do all that, and I'll bring you guys back when it's all done.
I was a little bit concerned about sawdust getting into this area from the shop, so I set up a curtain on a track that I can easily pull closed or open as needed. The 3D printer was no small task to assemble, but it is finished and working, and the laser engraver is all put together as well. I made a leaf lantern with the laser engraver, as well as some planter pots and this drippy bucket organizer with the 3D printer. I'm really happy with how everything has turned out here. I think the 3D printer and the laser are really going to help me a lot with the number of things that I can make and also the quality of the stuff that I can make in my shop. I've still got a lot to learn for sure, but right now my shop is dirty once again. So I'm going to start making some French cleat walls for tool storage and just general shop organization, and you can see that in my next video.